Welcome to the Tough Love Nephilim series. My name is Eric Rolon. Now, according to Genesis 6, the Nephilim were the offspring of the sons of God and the daughters of men. And today we are talking about the Geshurites. Be sure to smash those like and subscribe buttons if you enjoyed this content. All right, let's get into this one. Now, historically, the Geshurites were a Canaanite tribe that resided in the northern region of Canaan, near the Sea of Galilee, on the border of the territory occupied and ruled by Og, king of Bashan. Deuteronomy 3:13-14. Now, they are named among a number of other Canaanite tribes, including the Philistines in Joshua 3:2-6. But they don't actually appear to be part of the Philistine conglomerate. Now, it's, however, possible that during the reign of King David, that a faction of the Geshurites occupied some part of the Philistines' territory, as David rides up from the Philistine-governed city of Ziklag in 1 Samuel 27:5-8 to attack the Geshurites, the Gerzites, or Geshurites, and the Amalekites, who inhabited that land from ancient times, from Shur all the way to the land of Egypt. BDB Strong's Concordance reference H1651 renders Geshurites this way: Geshuri, or Geshurites, see Geshur. Inhabitants of Geshur, a tribe in South Palestine of or near the Philistines. BDB Strong's Concordance reference 1650 also renders Geshurites this way: Geshur, or Geshurites, proud beholder. A people, a land in North Transjordania. Fawcett's Bible Dictionary defines Geshur in this fashion: bridge. A region northeast of Bashan, adjoining Argob and Aram, conquered by Jair of Manasseh, but left in the hands of the original inhabitants. Geshur at Aram, i.e. bordering on Syria of Damascus. The Geshuri bordering on the Philistines, and invaded by David, were distinct from those northeast of Gilead. Yet there may have been some connection, a portion of the Geshurites possibly passing southwards. At least David in his wandering life formed an alliance with Talmai, king of Geshur, by marrying Maacah, his daughter, by whom he had his handsome but worthless son Absalom, and his daughter Tamar. David's attack on the southern Geshurites, or else his stay near Moab, may have first brought him into contention with Talmai, king of the northeastern Geshur. The wild nature of Absalom accords with the wild home and stock from whence he sprang. There he fled after murdering Amnon. Geshur was probably part of the rugged Argob, now Lijah, where amidst those basaltic fastnesses the Geshurites would be secure from the Israelites in the plains. See Argob. Hastings' Dictionary of the Bible defines Geshurites this way: Geshur, Geshurites, a small Aramean tribe, whose territory, together with that of Maacah, formed the western border of Bashan. The Geshurites were not expelled by the half-tribe of Manasseh, to whom their land had been allotted, and were still ruled by an independent king in the reign of David, who married the daughter of Talmai, king of Geshur. After the murder of his half-brother Amnon, Absalom took refuge with his maternal grandfather in Geshur of Aram. Geshur and Maacah were probably situated in the modern Rolon, if they are not to be identified with it. In 1 Chronicles 2:23, Geshur and Aram are said to have taken the tent villages of Jair from the Israelites. On the strength of Joshua 13:2 and 1 Samuel 27:8, it has been maintained that there was another tribe of this name in the neighborhood of the Philistines, but the evidence in support of this view is very precarious. Now, the first time the Geshurites are mentioned in the Bible is in Deuteronomy 3:14, following the defeat of Og, the Rephaim king of Bashan, Joshua 12:4, by Israel. There is a strong possibility that Og ruled over Geshur, given the fact that his territory included Mount Hermon and Gilead, Joshua 12:4-5, and Deuteronomy 3:8-10. Mount Hermon was north of the Sea of Galilee and Geshur, and Gilead was southwest of the Sea of Galilee and Geshur. However, while it is highly likely that Og ruled over Geshur, the Bible doesn't say in no uncertain terms that this was the case. Joshua 12, 4-5, and Deuteronomy 3, 13-14 state that Og's territory went right up to the border of the Geshurites, as well as the Maacathites, but not that it included them. Deuteronomy 3, 13-14 reads as follows: "The rest of Gilead and all Bashan, the kingdom of Og, I gave to the half-tribe of Manasseh, all the region of Argob. As to all Bashan, it is called the land of Rephaim. Jair, the son of Manasseh, took all the region of Argob as far as the border of the Geshurites and the Maacathites, that is, Bashan, and named it after his own name, Havoth Yair, as it is to this day." Now, we know from Joshua 13, 2-3, that the Geshurites were Canaanites. Joshua 13, 2-3 reads as follows: "This is the land that remains, all the regions of the Philistines and all those of the Geshurites, from the Sheor, which is east of Egypt, even as far as the border of Ekron to the north, it is counted as Canaanite." In Numbers 13, when Israel's spies returned from their 40-day reconnaissance mission in the land of Canaan, they gave the report of the land and its fierce inhabitants. They identified the Canaanites, along with the Amalekites, Hittites, Jebusites, and Amorites residing in the land as the descendants of Anak. Numbers 13, 28-29. Now, after that initial report, when everybody was freaking out, Caleb steps up to encourage everyone and calm them down. But 10 of those 12 spies were having none of it. And in their continued report in Numbers 13, 30-33, the spies go on to describe the sons of Anak not just as people of great height and stature, but as Nephilim. Numbers 13, 30-33 reads as follows: "Then Caleb quieted the people before Moses, and said, 'We should by all means go up and take possession of it, for we will certainly prevail over it.' But the men who had gone up with him said, 'We are not able to go up against the people, because they are too strong for us.' So they brought a bad report of the land which they had spied out to the sons of Israel, saying, 'The land through which we have gone to spy out is a land that devours its inhabitants, and all the people whom we saw in it are people of great stature. We also saw the Nephilim there. The sons of Anak are part of the Nephilim, and we were like grasshoppers in our own sight, and so we were in their sight.'" Now, in this passage and in Genesis 6:4, the Septuagint renders Nephilim as giants, and as a progenitor Nephilim tribe, the Anakim were enormous, fierce, and powerful giants, as Numbers 13 and Deuteronomy 9 collectively point out. Deuteronomy 9, 1-2 reads as follows: "Hear, Israel, you are crossing the Jordan today to go in to dispossess nations greater and mightier than you, cities that are great and fortified to heaven, a people who are great and tall, the sons of the Anakim, whom you know and of whom you have heard it said, 'Who can stand against the sons of Anak?' Now Anak was the son of the Nephilim Arba." Joshua 15:13 and 21:11. Now, according to Joshua 14:15, Arba was the greatest man among the Anakim. Now, though the Anakim were a tribe unto themselves, it is important to note that the term Anakim is also used to refer to a combination of 6 other Canaanite tribes and conglomerate tribes in Numbers 13, 28-33. The Bible also seems to occasionally use the terms Anakim, sons of Anak, descendants of Anak, and sons of the Anakim, not just as tribal references or distinctions, but as general terms for the post-Diluvian Nephilim, or Rephaim. Numbers 13, 28-33, Deuteronomy 1, 26-28, and 9, 1-2, and Joshua 11, 18-23. Now, in the Bible, there are 2 recorded battles or confrontations between Israel and the Geshurites. Number 1 is in 1 Samuel 27, 7-9. This is David versus the Geshurites, Girzites, and Amalekites, and Israel won that one. The second battle is in 1 Chronicles 2, 21-23, which Israel lost. The final mention of Geshur, and by extension the Geshurites, in the Bible is in 2 Chronicles 2, 21-23, as Geshur and Aram took the villages of Yair, with Kenath and its villages, 60 settlements in all. All that said, the Geshurites were either a Nephilim tribe or a hybrid tribe whose gene pool was heavily infected with Nephilim DNA. Thanks so much for checking out this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you learned a thing or two. If you did indeed enjoy, then please consider smashing those like and subscribe buttons and hitting that notification bell. Also, if you like the work that I do and you feel so inclined, then consider stopping over to my locals page. Donors all get access to PDFs of my research papers as soon as I can get them posted, and your support is greatly appreciated. You'll find all my links in my description box down below. Alrighty, folks. Till next time, God bless and take care.